Harvey Horseradish was no stranger to intergalactic absurdity, nor to the scrutinizing eyes of those who considered themselves guardians of the realm. Today, Jedi warriors, the self-anointed peacekeepers of this sector, stared him down, dressed in flowing robes of simulated stardust, lightsabers at their hips, each exuding an air of smug, studied gravitas. But Harvey, in his rumpled traveler's cloak stitched with glowing sigils and kaiju runes, wasn't buying the act. He eyed the thick belts, the perfect braids, the 300-pound hulk of the so-called Jedi leader in front of him, and snorted, a calculated, derisive sound, like tectonic plates grinding.
Jedi, Schmeddy. You're no more Jedi than a mushroom in the dark.
A ripple of shock swept the growing circle. The lead Jedi squared his massive shoulders, the twin moons of his biceps flexing under the robe, nostrils quivering. His stare was a furnace. Beside him, acolytes bristled, muttering nervously incantations designed to bolster bravado.
If you doubt the way of the Jedi, then a test you shall have, the Jedi puzzle. Solve it, and the truth of who stands before us we shall know.
Harvey's laugh nearly broke free. In his long years, he'd studied with metaphysical cryptanalysts, meditated with monks who spoke only in riddles, and passed gauntlets of mind at the invitation of reality-bending kaiju. His pulse barely quickened.
Fine.
Across the galactic port's gravity-swirled plaza, neon signs winked and flickered. A customs desk hovered 30 feet above the main concourse, enshrined in an iridescent breathing membrane of unknown origin. Harvey kept one eye on the port's uniquely bored customs officer, whose gilled throat and twitching antennae suggested both cosmic wisdom and a penchant for practical jokes. The Jedi leader stepped forward and drew a slow, theatrical breath.
Who is always here but never there?
As he let the question hang, a fresh group of Jedi sauntered into the ring, each one bigger, moodier, more theatrically menacing than the last, but everyone listening intently. Whispers passed from ear to pointed ear. Then a wave of stifled snorts, concealed laughter brushing through the crowd. This was no secret. This was a joke among insiders. Harvey Horseradish let his calm expand. Behind narrowed eyes, his mind flicked through mental compendiums and the footnotes of old galactic syllabi. Riddles. He had eaten them for breakfast with the High Yeti of Europa. Tests, he built crosswords out of singularities for fun. But now he played along.
Ah, the classic. Who is always here, never there. That's old kaiju school, but you already know that.
A barely contained snicker escaped from a Padawan at the back. The Jedi leader cleared his throat, threatening composure.
The answer, as any trained mind knows, is Horton. From the precept, Horton hears a who. Mandatory at all serious Jedi academies, no less.
There was a brief silence, and then from all sides came a series of overlapping snorts and badly disguised laughter. The high-minded Jedi facade flickered and cracked, some doubling over, wiping tears from their eyes.
Indeed, the teaching of Dr. Seuss, ancient, wise, and not to be underestimated.
Harvey allowed himself a small knowing grin just between him and the starlit air. Within moments, the Jedi's circle dissolved. One by one, they clapped him on the back or flashed the traditional gesture of comic respect, pressing finger to nose, eyes crossed, mouthing the word who as if to a sacred mantra. Harvey's real challenge, though, had only begun. The customs desk, still pulsing in its membrane, still unattainable by ladder or even basic anti-grav boots, beckoned. Harvey ascended via thought-powered hover disk, alighting at the desk.
Declaration of species, purpose, and riddle-solving preferences, please.
Harvey filled in the blanks, noting interdimensional envoy, certified kaiju council delegate, champion of mind games and moral ambiguity. He hesitated at riddle-solving preferences, tapping the stylus in thought. The officer watched, gaze flickering from mischievous to respectful.
Not many pass the Jedi at their own test.
It's easier when they read the same books I did.
The officer gave a conspiratorial wink.
Welcome to Galactic Port 3607, Mr. Horseradish. May the puzzles be ever in your favor.
As Harvey strode into the nebular expanse of the Arrival's concourse, surrounded now by the scent of ozone and the laughter of Jedi warriors, he couldn't help but savor the opening move of another cosmic game, knowing that sometimes the greatest force in the universe was simply knowing the right story at the right time.